As an offense, though, I mean, when you guys are only able to score 3 points, the defense only lets up 3 points. I mean, do you feel like you let the defense down at all?
No. Zach Wilson's trash. He's horrible. It's just that simple. You know what he is? He's a boy playing a man's game because he mentally showed that yesterday. No accountability whatsoever.
I mean, this kid doesn't get it. And when you have a bad game, your team loses. All right, as a quarterback and a leader of the team, because that's your position. All right, you always start with I and me. All right, I had a poor game. I got to get better. My receivers were open. I've got to deliver the ball to them. And this game is on me. You know what? That's what we see out of Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Didn't we see that out of Josh Allen when he said, hey, you know what? Hard to win games when your quarterback plays.
They threw for like 300.
Right. Way different thing here. Kid, grow up.
Sort of clearly refusing to wear it afterwards. What do we say today?
It was pathetic. The comments were pathetic, and they reek of insecurity. I wasn't a crazy talented player, but I was taught early on as a quarterback, everything is always on your shoulders. And that builds you up. You got to have thick skin to be a starting quarterback at any level, high school, college, or the NFL. Imagine, you know what the reality is? You can point fingers with your words. You don't got to use your fingers. He pointed fingers at everyone else but himself.
Oh my God, Zach Wilson. For the love of God. That dimple-faced assassin. God, did they suck today on offense. Just so bad. This guy tweets, Josh Allen's quote after the loss to the Jets. I put that on me. I let the team down. As a quarterback, you can't play like bleep. Zach Wilson, after the loss on the Patriots, do you feel like you've held back the defense? No. John Franklin Myers, one of the leaders of the Jets defense, liked that tweet. And you think, oh, we're splitting hairs. No, that's how we do things these days. He saw that, he liked that, and he put it in perspective that that's what you say after a loss.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? KT Sports here, and I got a video touching on Zach Wilson and the New York Jets. I'm pretty sure, for everyone who watched the game, it was a pretty bad showing on the Jets, and Zach Wilson in the offense, only putting up 3 points, 20. I think the number was negative 21 yards of passing in the second half. So definitely not a great showing. The media, as you can tell, has been coming after Zach Wilson and his play. I do think it's quite interesting, though, that, of course, the media is always going to try to spin anything just to get people to talk and watch. And, it seems that people, were basically keying on the one question that the reporter asked him about if he felt that he let the defense down by only putting up 3 points. And basically he said no very quickly. And it was a snippet of the interview. And, there was a whole entire press conference where he answered more questions. And honestly, he answered them how you would probably want any other quarterback to answer them. It wasn't that bad. But that one question that the reporter asked did not seem very good on his part. But what I do think is interesting is kind of similar to, the Raiders, right? People thought that Josh McDaniels lost the locker room. Derek Carr wasn't playing necessarily that great and all. There's a lot of turmoil. And people were saying all this stuff about their locker room is in shambles and this and that. But of course, the team comes out, gets a good win in Denver, and you see things in the locker room and things look good, of course, and it just shows that they're a team that has struggled from this year to last year in finding the way. And I think that it could be a similar situation here where it's not like the Jets are a bad team. I think they're still in maybe tied for first place or second place now. And it seems like they just need a little bit more better play from the offense to get them to a better spot. There is a clip of Quentin Williams, defensive player for the Jets, speaking on Zach Wilson, getting a question from the reporter. I think it's important that people kind of put things into perspective and definitely take note of what the players are saying. And this is what he has to say.
Hey, Quentin, did by any chance did Zach Wilson talk to the defense at all today, kind of about his comments yesterday that he didn't feel that he and the offense let the defense down?
Not really, man. And as a defensive player, man, it's really not
anything he has to do. We know Zach Hart as a defense. He's our leader of our team. He's a great player, great person inside and out. He don't have to do anything when it comes down to covering up himself or doing anything that the media spit out. Because we know how hard he come in and work every day. He know the things he put on the line to for this team and for the offense and defense and especially in the organization itself. So we all have faith in Zach. We all love Zach, and we all a part of this team. That's one of our brothers, and we're going to stick by him through hell or high water. So,
now considering, his comments, of course, of Quentin Williams, Robert Saleh, the coach, was also, kind of asked, what's the state of the team? What are some things that are going to be looked at, moving forward? And he basically said that everything's being looked at, particularly the quarterback. Didn't really mention Zach Wilson, but he said the quarterback is being looked at. Here's some footage of that right here.
He is your quarterback, and even yesterday, you kind of said it's the furthest thing from your mind. So, how do you get to this point? How do you go from that's the furthest thing from my mind, and now you're sitting here telling us that no, I mean everything is on the table with who's going to start at quarterback when that seemed to be the untouchable position throughout the last year?
No, fair question. I can give you the whole explanation in terms of just being on the plane ride and you watch the tape and you just see some things and you write down notes, and it's just me taking a step back. Now I got to go back. Like I said, I'm behind on the day, but just to take a deep breath and say, you know what, everything needs to be evaluated. It's just when you put up 100 yards of offense, I don't care how good New England is, and they are good. It's unacceptable. It's not NFL football. And so everything is just being talked about. How can we be better? How can we be better as coaches? How can we call the game better? How can we game plan better? How can we execute better? How can we change practice? The quarterback is part of a pile of stuff that's being talked about. And it's something that we've got to find an answer to, and we got to do it by Wednesday.
So quite interesting, the comments coming from the coach and from the players and from Zach Wilson himself. And of course, all the media are going to speculate, but I think it'll be very interesting to tell what happens with this team going forward. But anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. Please like the video if you can. This is actually my kind of first video, touching on this subject and first video on the channel. So please give a like and subscribe. And what do you guys think? Comment. What do you guys think is going to happen with the Jets? You think they're going to, bench Zach Wilson? To all the Jets fans, what do you guys want to see from the team, moving forward? I think this is very interesting, and seeing how they're still in contention for a playoff spot. Anything that happens in the middle of the season could be a catalyst for what happens at the end of the season. So, you guys have a nice day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.